I ain't think I'll be back this quick. It's your boy Todd Crane coming at you with a new edition of the poll. I got some guests today. Got a couple guests. Got my boy Marv from the floors, Rep Canarsie.
You already.
Got my boy Jay to the left of me.
Yeah. What up?
Y'all hear the instrumental. Y'all know I'm here, man. Jada, I'm not getting jiggy with that shit he was talking about. I can't get jiggy with this shit, man. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Before I cut the instrumental off, just give some backdrop. Getting Jiggy With It was released in 1997. Went on to be certified 9 times platinum. Was a #1 single in the United States of America. That's where it stops. Let's get to the real now.
Let's give it up for that.
Whoa. Let's get a clap for that. Wow. So the cat is out the bag. The elephant that's been in the room for the last couple weeks on Black Twitter is out the bag. Jada Pinkett finally admits to the relationship or the entanglement. Excuse my bad. I don't want to put words in her mouth.
Yeah, it's an entanglement.
So the entanglement that she experienced with August Alsina back in 2016. Marv, how you feel about that, bro?
Well, being that August is the next month coming up, I think it was just perfect timing to really, get ahead of the curve, as they say. I'm just taken back. A lot of thoughts running through my mind right now. And I just think we live in an age where accountability just falls on deaf ears. And I'll get to exactly what I mean by, accountability falling on deaf ears.
It's a lot of accountability.
Right.
A lot of pandering going on. And it all goes back to my first episode with this cancel culture shit. This cancel culture that's spreading like a cancerous lesion through the black community. I told you guys in the first episode, I don't give a damn about being canceled. I told you guys that on the intro, how this thing was gonna be ran. So if you don't like what you hear on this episode of the poll, I ain't say it last episode because it ain't Dean, but I'm gonna say it right now. Go to hell, because the truth is gonna be told. Wow.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Bad stuff. It's almost like accountability, like I talked about in the first. It's crazy how my first episode is kind of shaping the space for other conversations, and it's becoming relevant even in this conversation, like how we don't try to hold certain demographics accountable. I would hate to see the day, because I know Will, his career probably will be over. Not over, but he'll be getting his ass handed to him right now if the situation was,
Let's just clear it up too, because it's not just a gender thing. You get what I'm saying with the when you say demographics, because I noticed that when it comes to heroes or idols, we give them more leeway. We'll make concessions for people that we like, that people we've been idolizing for quite some time. But this is what happens when you idolize, right? They show you your ass sometimes, or they show their ass sometimes, or they fall short. And you that saying, never meet your heroes, because they might disappoint you. So it's like, in the face of disappointment, now, will you stand on the hill of hypocrisy and make excuses for them? Or will you be like, that don't sound right? Because entanglement to me is not... That's not accountability. That's like fake account. Like, that's like selling a half truth. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I pick up on double speak really well. It's like, so for those that don't know what double speak is, it's like if, let's say there's 30 people that died, and I say 30 people have met their untimely demise.
To try
to soften the blow. And that's what this is right now, like this entanglement business. It's like, don't soften no blows. Call it for what it is. Right. You guys were separated. It was an affair. Yeah. Clearly, because Will looks like he haven't been sleeping 7 days, 7 nights. he looks like a beaten man.
It's all in my son's head. He looked like that episode of Fresh Prince when he's standing in the living room alone?
Yes.
That's how emotional he looked.
Right. Like, that's how he looked. And I know people want to positivity their way out of certain things, but that's That's the beauty of body language. Even when you're trying to hold it all together, you can't. It's written all over you. You can see it's weighing down, and it's probably weighing down because this happened a long time ago, but it's brought to light again. So you have to kind of relive that. You try to bury that. You try to tuck that away. But it resurfaced. But we gonna get into it. We really gonna get into it.
Ladies, I'm gonna say this, and I hope you hear me clear. Don't think your ass is Jada, because your ass having to fail me, I'm divorcing your ass. Period. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on here to, who are you to judge somebody's relationship after 25 years? You're single and you're a bachelor and all of this stuff. I'm just telling you, ladies, don't expect Ty, like Marv just kind of said, don't expect me to adopt the moves of these celebrities. And it's just funny, like how you just said, like, we hold celebrities to a standard, and certain stuff that we'll plague somebody else for, we allow them to do. So now we're allowing them, right? And we always allow celebrities and those who are famous or those that we look up to, kind of shape our culture. So are we going to let that come into our culture now that Jada and Will, quote unquote, the perfect relationship from the last 25 years, have stated that, have let the world know that, hey, this is a part of it? Are we going to allow that to come through?
And it's okay for you to be like, yeah, I fuck with Jada or whatever, or whoever it is, but that was some silly shit they just did. Like, I fuck with Kanye, but when he doing MAGA hats and all this other shit, it's clown business. At this moment, you a clown cake to me. Listen, other shit he done said, I fuck with. I fuck with not subscribing to groupthink, having your own individual mind. I subscribe to a lot of shit Kanye has been said previously. I don't fuck with that slavery was a choice shit. You know what I mean? You gotta pump the brakes on But you know what? I could have copped out the same way people cop out and be like, well, I know what he meant. No, what you mean, say what you mean and mean what you say. Stand on what you're saying. He cleaned it up eventually and was like, oh, it's mental slavery. I kind of knew that's what he was getting at, but you didn't take the time out to properly say your words. It's like Hov when he said we passed kneeling. I know what Hov meant.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I know what Hov meant.
Right.
But in this moment, you failed to deliver properly. Yeah. So I'm not going to cancel you per se for that. Yeah. But you fucked up, and it's okay. You human.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
We got more.
Yeah, we got more. It's crazy because I thought she said it wasn't a relationship or anything. So my thing is that I think this was more on Will's doing. I honestly feel like Will made her, do the red table talk. But I feel like she would have kept the TED talk. Yeah. Hey, the poll is on your unscripted podcast, bro. I'm bringing you natural vibes. I promise you guys that.
Yeah, no script.
Okay? Yeah, so it's I feel like Will had to force her to do the podcast on herself, or the red table talk, or whatever you want to describe it as. Then he had to also force her to say that it was in a relationship. That's bad stuff.
Yeah, and you see, he kind of dragged it out of her when she was like, yo, well, I just said it. It was an entanglement. And he's like, entanglement? He's giving you mad opportunities to own it, to stand on it, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And what I just saw was just...
She putting the beats on.
It's just bad, man. It's just he's in a defeated place. You could tell. And you just doing I don't know the state of their marriage. You know what I mean? They could be really happy. Right. But in this moment, I ain't see happiness. Right. What I do respect is, you putting on a public display and being in a full mode of transparency. But how y'all got there is what I don't respect. Yeah. Because, number one, where was August Alsina to have any input on this? Mm-hmm. Y'all let this man talk on his behalf.
Y'all let this man look like he needed to be admitted to a psych ward for the last 3 weeks, and now you finally want to talk about it and admit your wrongs.
Precisely. They made it. Y'all let the media run with the narrative that this man's crazy and that he's lying. Y'all let Shade Room post things about he's lying. Will cleaned it up a bit in the beginning, said, yo, we never made any statements, period. Yeah. But it's one thing to not make statements and to let lies run rampant. You get what I'm saying? Or run unchecked. Right. Especially if this is somebody, y'all brought him in and y'all helped him, y'all helped heal them. So if he comes from a broken place, right?
Sunken place.
If he comes from a place,
August, get out, bro.
if he comes from from a sunken,
Glad you got out, August.
dark place, right? And y'all brought him into the light.
Yeah, that's wild.
How would it feel? How would it feel when he's telling his truth for y'all to just turn y'all backs and not even give him the opportunity to speak about it for real? If y'all really wanted truth and transparency, y'all would have had August Alsina up there.
Clap it up to that.
Y'all would have had that man up
I
there.
would have had that man up there. Now I would have got two scoop. Oh, Will, did you see that video?
I thought in court there's a plaintiff and a defendant.
I thought it was too.
Oh, so now we just letting plaintiffs and judges run with the shit.
Apparently so. Apparently, for the sake of their marriage and the sake of their relationship and the sake of how their, public perception, they had to hijack the narrative back and pull it back and address it, bro. Like
Right, for a whole 13 minutes. Disingenuous.
Right.
Disingenuous.
You know what's
Y'all brought Snoop up. Y'all brought all these other people up to go on an apology tour for more than an hour.
Right. 60 minutes plus.
Right.
get-
More than an hour
Yo.
of having to explain and what did you mean by this? What did you mean? Fully dissect. So I'm supposed to let you run with entanglement?
Right.
I'm supposed to just do that.
13 minutes.
Wow, so Jada. I love me some Jada. But like Marv just said, like 60 minutes, everybody else getting these bars and standing in that seat, sitting in that seat. But you only sat in that seat for 13 minutes. You know why? Because that ass was hot. That ass was hot.
Seated rover seats.
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's easy to point fingers, but remember, three's always pointing back at you. You feel me? There's always three pointing back.
Right.
So it's very easy to cast stones, cast judgment, or let's bring them up. Let's have this healthy dialogue. Which I like Red Table Talk.
I love it.
A lot of good gems come out of Red Table Talk. But now when it's time for you to face the music, you want the DJ to cut it short.
Sure, nah.
Skip song, right?
Nah, party not done.
Copy.
We got a couple more tracks to play. Yo, tell the DJ, somebody take the DJ a cup of water. This party going on.
Facts.
That's how I should have went.
And to bring it back to your original statement, what I don't respect is if Will would have been, let's say if Will roles were reversed, and Will
In public too, because we're not. I know for a fact Will done cheated a couple times.
right and
Probably.
yeah,
No, we're not gonna say probably. We know he has.
yeah. Let's
He's Will fucking Smith. He's the Fresh Prince, damn it.
let's extend that, right? Let's go with that.
Would you cheat?
Cheated,
Right.
He cheated, you
Yeah.
know.
Would you cheat with the Fresh Prince if you knew he was married? Which everybody knew he was married. He's married to Jada Pinkett. He's the Fresh Prince. Would you cheat with Will Smith, ladies? Answer that.
And here's the thing though, with so if Will would have justified his entanglements with women, with other women,
Right. Hold up, Mom.
as a justification for him not, quote unquote, feeling good,
Right. Oh.
Twitter would have had a field day.
Yeah, that feel good comment was. I ain't feel good in so long.
So matrimony, we could just toss out matrimony being a sacred thing let's toss it to the bushes.
I ain't feel good.
Just like how a lot of y'all toss God to the bushes, but we'll get to that later.
Wow.
Wow. And the thing is, I've seen like a lot of guys have been saying, it's cheaper to keep her. That's probably why Will has, stayed with her, and it's just like stuff like that. But it's like, I mean, see that I don't want that type of money to the point you gotta sell your soul. Because that's basically like you selling your soul.
What is the
with
profit
that?
of man?
Like,
to
what
gain
is
the
the
world and lose his soul?
Lose his soul. Like,
You know what I mean?
dang, Will. I feel dang.
That's where we at with it. So boundaries don't exist.
Yo.
So none of that exists anymore.
Yo,
right?
nobody ever better never say anything about Future. Jada Pinkett
Yeah, please
made
don't
the
talk
Fresh
badly about
Prince look like a clown. How you do that, Jada? Clap it up for Jada. She a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, give it up to Jada, man.
Give it up to Jada,
Give it up to
Jada
Jada
Pinkett Smith. She made the Fresh Prince look like a fucking dirtling.
And I never want to hear Future slander again in my life. I never want to hear it. Future is solidified in my book.
Right. Yeah.
He's going down as a great.
You know what's crazy? In 15 years, right? If this is the opening, right, of a whole new sector of relationships, or at least logic of relationship, or how we, think of relationships, then you're right. Future in 15 years is going to be looked at as the GOAT.
A pioneer.
As a pioneer. Like, Future was been on this, y'all, and y'all call him toxic.
Let's get on that for a minute. Jada has been toxic for years now. 4 years. And I'll explain how. You in a marriage, and you talking about your undying love for a dead man that you considered a close friend. He was a R.I.P. Pac. He was a romantic interest at one point.
Yeah.
And you speak about him like Will clearly stated his discomfort on the Breakfast Club, where he said, "I was jealous of the relationship that Jada and Pac had." Yeah. So clearly there was some. If a man feels threatened by, clearly there's something there that goes above a friendship. You understand? Or the potential of it.
It's and it doesn't have to be anything physical. It could be how you guys bond.
Right.
How you guys bonded in.
But you constantly remind him, knowing he don't like that, he don't like it.
Yeah.
And you constantly be like, "Yo, Pac, you put in post it. Oh, you was my."
I'll be the Pac.
So that's like me being with my current girl, and she bring up her ex all the time, talking about, "Oh, I love this man so much, even if he was dead." And I remember seeing a post on that on Twitter, and Rihanna said, "You might as well be single. Like if a dude was crying over his ex, and wanted to go to the funeral, I guess you single now." And I saw a whole lot of retweets for that, a whole lot of likes, a whole lot of reposts. So now Will got to eat that. He got to eat every time you mention Pac. The double standards is sickening.
Bad stuff.
Sickening. All I'm saying is let's hold everybody's feet to the fire.
We have to be accountable. I told you guys in the first episode. We not exempting certain people from accountability. Because I don't care about being canceled. I don't care about following trends. We need to hold people accountable here. And it's seeming like we getting further and further away from that, bro. And it's getting spooky. Every day is Halloween, how it's looking in these streets. On Love Avenue, every day is Halloween. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got the hot girls, we got the city boys.
City girls.
Men, men doing stuff too.
It's a race to the bottom.
It's a race to the bottom for both parties.
Like, let's see who can outdo each other.
Let's see who can outdo
more.
each other. Because I know, like I said, Marv, let me make sure I say this, because it was a soundbite that I had to put in my first episode too. For all the pandering, the first generation ass eaters. Oh man, that's going to hit. Let me finish. That's going to hear this podcast and say, "Oh, Ty and Marvin, I'm just want to tear down the black woman." Go to hell. Okay? This is not a roast fest or a beat down of the black woman. We talking about a specific situation here. I got to put that in there, bro.
No, absolutely. That's why I try to make it clear in the beginning. This is gender neutral, this topic. You understand? It's all about accountability at the end of the day. That's what it's about. And for you dudes.
Chance the Rapper, I dare you to say something.
And for you dudes, because I know how the buzzword community goes. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, insecurity, oh, misogyny, oh, all this other stuff." So having boundaries now makes you insecure.
Right.
You so-called Christians and so-called believers of God, right? Mm-hmm. So God don't have boundaries? Right. So because God have boundaries, does that make him insecure?
That's a bar.
Y'all could truly go to hell.
Ooh. Okay. I guess we got to clap it up to that. So in closing, wow, like we just gotta what? What do we have to do to
So
get
in
past
closing,
this?
we have to stop placing these celebrities on pedestals.
In their relationships on a pedestal. Too.
Yes.
Because they were the perfect.
All these relationship goals, cut it out.
But you know what? We could still say Jada and Will, our relationship goes in a sense of just not how we thought they were.
Right.
Because one thing we are gonna get from this is that they've been through hell and back, and they're still together. We're assuming after 25 years, after going through all of that, after hurting each other, like a lot of the homies are saying, like Will is strong, got the strength of God. He got the strength of. He's strong, and I'm sure Jada is too.
Sit across, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing what you know, and
the world knows it now.
And the world knows it, and now you have to revisit it, and that you did support your wife in this capacity.
Right. So I'll take it as that as if we're gonna say relationship goals, it's not relationship goals because it's cute and you see them at the Grammys and the Oscars get together and they're hundreds of $1,000 cars and stuff like that. Make it be because they've shown that love propels through anything. Apparently, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And I just hope y'all are a little bit more forgiving or extend the same courtesy to people that might be in your circles and get involved in entanglements.
Right.
I just hope that y'all keep the same energy in that when somebody says, yo, I had to go get this entanglement real quick because I just wasn't feeling good, that you could hold the same level of reverence and respect for them. Because they're not celebrities.
Right. Exactly. Because what I'm hearing now is that, and that's not where I wanted to go, is that we're on a road to accepting open relationships and all of this stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not policing anybody's life. I'm never going to do that. At the end of the day, certain things going to make people happy that doesn't make other people happy, which is cool. But at the end of the day, it still has to be some type of boundary and standard that's still set.
Of course.
While you go ahead and live your life, right?
And
go ahead and do it.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Everything ain't for everybody.
So that don't mean just because I don't agree with something that I'm insecure or egotistical or any of that.
Not like that.
I just like what I like and don't like what I don't like.
Right. And I think it still needs to be a common standard, even if we out here doing whatever, right? Fine. But it still needs to be a common standard in some way. I don't know.
People think being single being no boundaries, like you can just wild out. I think when you single, there's still, rules of engagement. Yeah. That people should, you know what I mean? You technically don't gotta answer the shit, but there's respect.
There's still respect. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end on that note.
All right. Closing it out, it's your boy Todd Crane. Thanks for having Marv. Thankful to have Marv today. Shout out to Marv, man. Let's clap it up for him. And closing, it's your boy Todd Crane. Closing out with the latest edition of the poll. Holla.